phantom, Chaitanya. If you approach the treasure from the north, the side of that grand Brahmasmi, the impersonal conception, with the help of misinterpreted Vedantic logic, then you will enter into eternal samadhi. That great phantom will swallow you up. Your existence will be nowhere. And who will come to enjoy the peace of getting the wealth? Only if you approach from the eastern side, with the help of devotion, will you get the wealth easily. That is the direction of the sunrise, the light-giving direction. And that light is in our own hand. That light is from the source of all light, the revealed truth. It is extended from the quarter, which is revealed truth. It is extended from the quarter which is unknown to us. That light is revealed knowledge, Bhakti, the part of devotion. Adopt that part of real wealth within you. And easily you will find your own self, which is most wonderful. Austria Vashyati Kasityanam. Discovering that your own self is so wonderful, you will be ashamed thinking, how could I have been carried away by the charm of this mundane world? I am the soul. How was it possible for Maya to have such enchanting power over me, that my own self, which is so wonderful and so valuable, was thrown into illusion? The peace which is within me has been greatly admired by the spiritual stalwarts. But I have come in connection with mortal and nasty rotten things. How? It is most wonderful, but I was deceived. Then from Atma to Paramatma, from soul to the super soul, then from Vasudev to Narayan, then from Narayan to Krishna. The progressive understanding in God realization is not unscientific. It is really scientific. This is Vigyan. Vigyan means what? Science, realized science. Gyan is science.
Gyan is knowledge.
Knowledge.
Visisht knowledge. V means visisht. Gyan is knowledge. That Gyan which has the secret remedy, when it is open, it becomes Vigyan.
Vigyan, yes. It is realized knowledge. So, Gyanam deham sa vigyanam idam bhaksyam yasetaha Yat deha puyonyaya yatvam rasishyate.
Ninth chapter of the Gita. So dear Lord expresses the importance of the Vigyan, that the specialized knowledge or the realized knowledge, and that opens to the mind of the devotee. Then he is delivered from all the and relieved from all the suffering of the world.
Yes. But there are different levels on this, like Vasudev, Narayan, Vaikuntha, and up. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.2, Krishna says, Arjuna, now I shall explain to you scientific knowledge, not only about the soul, but also about its potency. The mind, the senses, and the modes of nature are all non-atma. It's not on the level of soul. Or material. There is a direct and indirect approach towards reality, which I shall now explain to you. Please listen attentively to me. Jnanam deham savijnanam. What is this? There is myself and my potency. And the jiva, the living entity, is the marginal potency, which is filling up all these material worlds. If the jiva shakti, the spiritual potency, were withdrawn, then everything would be stone, and who would care for exploitation? All this fighting tendency, this tendency for exploitation would stop if the marginal potency, the jiva, were withdrawn from matter. Everything would be dead. The soul has entered into this material consciousness and has made it a moving thing. You should understand this properly in a scientific way. We are not lacking in our ability to give you a scientific explanation. Or a higher conception of the finer world is here. It is real. And where you are trying your utmost to make a stand, the place that you consider real is unreal. Now in this world, what we think, what is real, what we conceive to our material sense organs and through the mind, it is not the reality. But we think this is real. But it is unreal. Yam yisya sarvabhutanam dasyam jagati samyami yasyam jagati bhutani sanisha pasyado mune. You are the rest. And the real truth, while you are awake in the plane of self-deception. We are waking in the plane of self-deception, means self-cheating. We must establish ourselves in the plane of reality and try your best to extend it to others. And to preach means this. I sincerely have faith in Krishna consciousness and relish it to the utmost. I find that my future prospect is also here, because I feel that it is very tasteful, useful and wholesome. I have come to distribute it to you, my friends. We should guide our life according to the principles of Krishna consciousness as taught by the spiritual master. Take it and you will be successful in fulfilling the goal of your life. Everyone with God consciousness. And we can see this in Bhaja and in all holy places. You will find such personalities. Those who are filled with Krishna consciousness. And this very, very fortunate a person who can recognize such a person that he is not guided by the external energy. He is guided by the internal, by the super soul, or by, and so forth, super soul, Vasudev, Vaikuntha, Narayan, and so. In this we have to approach everyone with God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. We must not see the body, we must not see the external world and charge accordingly. We have to see with the transcendental eyes, with the eyes of the soul. We must show how God consciousness ultimately merges in Krishna consciousness. We have to prove textually, step by step, that Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Rupa Goswami has given a scientific definition. Rasa pleasure cannot be avoided. We are all every unit, even the smallest unit of the world is always hankering after rasa. Happiness, ecstasy, and all possible phases of rasa are personified in Krishna. What is rasa? What is its nature? How can a comparison in rasa be drawn? In this way, step by step, you will have to come to the Krishna conception of Godhead. It is not a tale from the ancient Indian scriptures. Krishna is not the object of a tale, but fact. You have to come out and face that living fact, that reality. We shall try our best to show you how it can be a fact. Krishna is a fact. He is a reality, and reality is for itself. You have to pay for the goal. You must die to live. And in this way you will feel that it is not a hoax. When you progress on the path, you will feel it. Bhakti bhave sanubhavo viraktiya anyatra. With every step forward, three things: satisfaction, nourishment, and the eradication of your hunger. Your hankering in general will be diminished. So generally feel, I want this, I want that, I want everything. Still I have not satisfied my hunger. But you will feel that your hunger is being appeased as you progress in Krishna consciousness. And what you previously thought would give you relief will take leave from you automatically. Their trade won't continue. They will all withdrawn. your natural inclination for spiritual advancement will automatically increase. And you will find acceleration in your progress. You will practically feel these three things. So come and take what we say. In this way you have to approach one and all, leaving the result to the Lord. So we are only agents, and we are working because He has ordered us. So we must remember what is bhakti, what is devotion proper. Whatever I do, the wage I earn must not come to me. I am only an agent. The benefit should go to the proprietor, to my master, Krishna. We should move with this idea. And that will be bhakti proper. Otherwise we will be engaged in karmakanda, fruit hunting. I want to enjoy the result of my karma for myself. But the result should go to my master. I am his servant. And I am working under his order. I am his slave. I am not the proprietor. I am not the proper person to be the recipient of the fruit of energy. The master of the energy is the Supreme Lord. And all the products of energy should go to him. It must not be tampered with on the way. This should be the attitude of every worker. Then it will be bhakti proper. We are not the recipients. He is the recipient. We must always be conscious that the only beneficiary is He. Only then are we devotees. We are not the beneficiaries, but selfless workers. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Kamani vadikaraste mat baleju katajana mangama balahitvabu madhyasango stvakarmani. You have a right to perform your duties, but you have no right to enjoy the fruit of your work. This is a great warning. Krishna says, do not think that because you are not the beneficiary of the fruits of your action, you have no reason to take so much trouble to work. Never. That is the most tenuous curse. To think that because I am not the beneficiary, I am not going to work. Even selfless activity is also a lower order. Rather, we must perform godly activities for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. That is bhakti or devotion. And there's also a gradation in bhakti. There's a big division between Vidi bhakti, Raga bhakti, calculative devotion, and spontaneous devotion. Raga bhakti is devotion that whatever you see, whatever you is enjoyable. You're not seeing it as the enjoyer. You're seeing it as, how would Krishna enjoy this? Yeah. We must test ourselves when we walk through the streets. See beautiful girls. I want to enjoy it. No, a devotee never thinks like this. Devotee says, how beautiful he created. This is Krishna's pleasure. And this will make you, or this will be a great step towards understanding that everything beautiful, everything nice, everything what exists, it is meant for him, for his pleasure. So God is not a constitutional king, but he is an autocrat. So we do not like autocrats in this material world. But Krishna is an autocrat. He is the only one. To work for an autocrat is the highest conception of sacrifice. What degree of selflessness and courage is required to work for an autocrat and a despot, a liar who is up to anything. Not only that, it is not a temporary temperament, but it's its own inner nature. Krishna is an autocrat because law emanates from him. An autocrat is above law. When there are many, there is a need for law. When there's only one, there is no need for law. So Krishna is a despot, but he is absolute good. If there's any check in his despotism, the world will be the loser. Goodness must have its full flow. Is that bad? Can there be any objection to this? Goodness must have its freedom to flow anywhere and everywhere. If we say that God is absolute good, then what do we lose by giving him autocracy? Should autocracy be with the ignorant and the fools? No. The absolute good must have full autocracy. Not that law will go to bind his hands. Then we will be losers. And Krishna is a liar to entice us because we won't understand the whole truth. So to entice us to gradually come to the truth, he has become a liar. The fact is all goodness. So everything emanates from him, cannot be but good. Any defect is on our side. We are encroachers. He is not an encroacher. But he shows this as his play, lila. Everything belongs to him, so there is no lying. When he says, let there be light, there was light. Let there be water, there was water. If he has such potential power, can there be any lying there? We have to sacrifice ourselves for Krishna because he is the absolute good, beauty and love. Faith and selflessness are required to such a high degree. If we accept Krishna consciousness as our highest ideal, then so much sacrifice is necessary. But sacrifice means life. Die to live. There's no loss by sacrifice. We can only gain by giving ourselves. So kirtan or preaching has been accepted as the means to the end. There are so many ways by which we can approach the souls of this world with kirtan. By direct approach, through books and by performing Sankirtan, chanting the holy name congregationally. By helping others, we help ourselves, we help our own fortune and our own fate. Not only will others benefit by our performance of Kirtan, but we will also benefit eternally. And as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, never be attached to do nothing. Never be attached to not doing your duty. Because you are required to work for me. When you stop work, don't subject yourself to that painful reaction, for then you will be doomed. Don't be attached to stop work and strike. No. There's a dangerous vacuum. Don't jump there in that eternal vacuum, but work for me and you will thrive. Krishna says, abandon all varieties of duty and just surrender to me. Sarvadhamam paridyaja mamekam sharanam vaja hamdam sarvapavi vamokshesha masucha. My position is such. I am your guardian, your friend, your everything. Your goal of life is to be found in me. Believe it, Arjuna. At least I must not deceive you. You are my friend, you can take it for certain. So this material world is actually place we got deceived by the Lord, we got cheated. We wanted to become ourselves God. We want to become the enjoyer of the fruits. Then what is his reaction? He says, okay, he fulfills your desire. You try to enjoy this world, but he has given rules and regulations here. He cannot overcome them. Why he is giving this? Why he is cheating us in a way that he puts us in illusion? So that we learn, that we understand there is no pleasure, there is no happiness separate if we are separated from him. Because everything is meant for his pleasure. And we are part of him. And we can only experience that pleasure when we are connected with him. When you separate yourself, when you become the autocrat of your life, then you will uselessly, life after life, you will go on, try to enjoy, and you will not attain the goal. It's not possible in this material world. This is the law. He has put us in illusion so that we can, under one time, we can understand. He teaches us. We should see everything, whatever we experience as his teachings, as help from his side. He is so merciful. So sometimes it is hurting us because we become atheists. Why can he make, why God is acting like this? Why? Then we are trying to become ourselves the controller, God. Manvana bhavamat bhagdo madhyaji namas guru mame vaishyas satyam de pradijana bihosimi. Think of me all, worship me and bow down before me. In this way, you will suddenly come to me. My dear friend, I promise you on oath, I am speaking the truth. I am everything. Try to come to me. I am the goal, the fulfillment of life, not only for you, but for everyone. From the absolute consideration, my position is such. At least you are my friend. I won't deceive you. You can believe me. I promise that I am so. How shamelessly Krishna is expressing himself here. He has come to plead for himself. So much for our benefit. And the record is kept in the Bhagavad Gita for our guidance. And the Lord came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach about himself. He came as his own converser with his eternal associates. He even brought Srimad Radharani, devotion personified, along with him, saying, I will show how charming you position it in my services, how beautiful and dignified the devotion of my other half can be. So come along with me. And Baladev has come as Nityananda to converse, and Vrindavan has come to converse itself in Navadvip. So we are most indebted to the converser, especially when Krishna himself has come to converse and to show how beautiful, how magnanimous, and how sacrificing divine love is. So this chapter is finished. There's anything, questions or comments? These teachings you may not hear in all the mats, because these teachings is coming through the disciple succession of pure souls, eternal liberated souls. They are not conditioned souls. Our Param Gurudev, our whole line, our Gurudev, they are not from this world. They are sent by Mahaprabhu to this world. They are not members of this material world. When we realize this, then we will understand much more. So only by the mercy of those souls, we are hearing from those souls, and we are repeating and we are accepting. Because this knowledge is pure, it is not cheating us, it is not acted for personal satisfaction. All these associates of the Supreme Lord who come here, they have no interest of their personal. What they're doing is just try to please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radharani and Radha Govinda. This is their only duty, or their only, and they face so many difficulties, so many oppositions. But as Prabhupada says, and also Swami Maharaj says, many acharyas, if only one can get it, only one can understand, then it was successful. Because such a person who is realizing they possession, his possession, his place in the transcendental plane, they become very powerful personalities. And they can change so many things. We are not understanding this. We are not yet got the eyes to see what influence only one such a great soul has on the whole, even the whole universe. Mahaprabhu said, Haridas Thakur, chanting of the name, he told him, your chanting is so powerful, my dear Haridas. It purifies the whole universe. What we can think about this, how we can understand this. It is beyond, far beyond our understanding. And he also told this to Rupa Goswami. His service of writing books and his service is, he told him, your service is so powerful you're doing. With your service you purify the whole universe. Could you imagine this? It is far beyond our understanding, perhaps. So if only one person can grasp it, he may bring so much benefit to the whole universe, even the whole world. But this is far beyond our conception. We are ignorant about these things, unfortunately. Is there any question or any comments? It is high topic because this kind of devotees like Srila Sriladev, Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master, they are speaking from a level where not everybody can understand and accept. But like chanting in the holy name, Sankirtan, we're doing in the streets, some hate us, some like us, some attack us even. But we are distributing prasad also on the street in the past. Nowadays we have not enough devotees. So some, they are becoming very aggressive when you offer them halva. And some, they come from far running and want to get. They have taken in the past life, but do not understand. They have already come down. They have already tasted prasad before, but this prasad is spiritual food. It is not material. Prasad means the mercy of the Lord. So the real devotees, they don't eat for satisfying their tongue and their belly. They are worshipping prasad. This is service. They accept the prasad as the remnants of Supreme Lord. This means we have to become conscious of many things. Everything we see, everything we think, everything is Him. We are just puppets, but you think we are independent. Nobody is independent. So devotees consciously know that they are dependent. They are not able to speak or to do anything. They are very unqualified. Guru Maharaj told me I was living as a beggar in Vrindavan. I will never leave. And Gurudev suddenly said to me, you have to go back to Vienna and you make a temple there. And I thought, I have no money, I have nothing. I have only a few clothes. But I had so much faith in my Gurudev. And it was arranged, I got a flight. I came here with nothing. But one devotee, he picked me up and step by step we went to different cities he had. And we had starting preaching, and then we got a storefront rented. No money, no nothing. Very mystically. When I tell this story, nobody will believe. We had nothing to build such a temple, you know. Nobody goes to work, nobody distributes anything, sells anything for. It was by the Gurudev's power, everything happened. When we have this faith, when we have faith in Lord and Guru, everything might be possible. Impossible things. Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, Radha, Govinda sent everything what we needed. In the last moment, you know, He gave us. We just started doing something, and yes, we did not know. We had only donations from the Indian community, and we had very nice devotee who could spend our Rohini Mataji. Gave a great interest. We could get this land and started this temple. But I know if I don't start, you know, we had never money to build the whole temple. But just the basis we could do. Then suddenly it came from all sides. You remember? You were. It was in 1 year this was built. I could not believe it. But it was, this is all the Lord's plan, you know. So now I try to satisfy my Gurudev, and Gurudev is not a person who dies when he leaves this body. Gurudev is transcendental, he is a member of the transcendental world. And if you advance a little bit in spiritual life, you must have the connection and understand that he is not leaving, he is always present. As long as we can satisfy him, he will be there. And Radha Govinda appeared from Jaipur. We went, and then later came Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath. So Now the next generation, we may say, who will be fit to take over, to care. But anyway, whatever, if I was not, I cannot take anything with me. Nothing belongs to me, I have nothing to lose. I feel very free. Then I'm hoping that my Lord not forgetting me. Hmm? The sum total of all demigods. Yes. Demigods not necessarily go back to the Vaikuntha, because they are in charge of this world, material world, universe here. And this and they have a duty to control different things, or are in charge of so many things. Even your digestion, there are 33 million demigods. So in charge of digestion, of blinking your eyes, of breathing, of every movement, everything is controlled by them. So they may, if they are become devotees, most of them they are devotees. Even may not be. He may come again, if not. But he's creating, not that he's forming with something, with hands or something. No. Creation means like Sava? Yes, this Aum is there, but from this sound he manifested demigods, demons, whatever exists. And sometimes when he creates something, it's like you, we have all been Brahma once, it is said. We were at the neutral stage. We could decide to go back, or we could decide, but we decided to stay in a neutral. So sometimes we enter, he can see material world, he can see spiritual. And when you're not careful, you see something enjoying in material world, you may go there, and then you'll remember, oh, I must come back. So, but and then he thought, I'm not affected, I can come back all the time. But one time he became attached to something he doesn't want, and then illusion covers him. And then the material life starts. We have to go to all these living forms what exists. 8,400,000. We want to try everything. Until then again the human form. The human form is very, very high position, even higher than demigod, because the demigods they're enjoying, they're happy, they find no There's interest is not so intense than those who are on this planet Earth, because we experience so much suffering here. You look around, you know, everyone is, now people become mad, more or less, you know. This world is a horrible place, but we are not conscious. We think we go to Gran Canaria, we make all of everything is nice there. But this is illusion, and it will show that it is not nice. Because old age disease approaching us, and nobody can avoid it. Even you say, oh, my doctor, he can save me. It's also an illusion. Because when the Lord thinks, now it is, you have lived your this life, now you have to go. And this is already fixed, everything. And we cannot save you. But the illusion makes that doctor may save us, the doctor may. But this is not possible. You live in deep ignorance, Maya. You will also get old. And you also now full of desire. But no chance to surrender. Huh? It's
there will be fortune to get old, because not anyone goes to this old age. They die before they.
Yes, also possible. But this is a blessing or maybe a curse. You may think it's a curse. But if you can avoid to live a whole life in this chaos, in this illusion, then you are not so fortunate.
They say that everyone wants to live a long life, but no one wants to grow old.
Yeah, we live in an illusion, yeah?
They want to live long, but they don't want to live long. That isn't possible.
Now you see the illusion, how powerful it is, especially the ladies. They make these operations, whatever, the eyes, they put plastic or whatever, I don't know what they put. State there. There was not this laughing and this innocent. This was 50 years ago. Nowadays it's also changing. But at this time, the children, the people were so pure and so, their laughing was so natural. When I entered the airport and then I saw, what kind of people is this? Everything is artificial. Everything is a show. Everybody wants to be the beautiful one, the best one. And there's only external, everything. Nothing pure anymore. Nowadays I have stopped to look at things. Jai Sri Gurudev ki Jai Sri Nrsimhadev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitai Guru Premanandi.